Okay, folks, this will be an interesting one. I don't know how this one's going to turn out, if it's going to turn out looking any good. Something a kid made, probably from school. School sucks. School's going back. I think school's back tomorrow. I'm not sure. Today's Anzac Day. So today's a very important day. It's Anzac Day. Actually, I'm going to go back. I think we're going to do something interesting here. Yeah, it's Anzac Day, a very important day on the Australian calendar. I don't have any relatives or family that served, fortunately, but I do wonder. I guess as a nation, we're often brought to wonder what would have happened if we didn't have our Anzacs, if these people didn't make the sacrifice that they made, and would Australia be Australia? Would this country, I'm not a person who really puts much into Anzac Day, folks, but I still want to appreciate maybe what we wouldn't have if we didn't have this horrible thing happen. And this is what we're photocopying, folks, a paper aircraft with a drawing. We're not going to open it up too far. It's just a pain in the ass to do so. I'm just going to show some of that, see what that drawing is. But yeah, if it wasn't for these people who sacrificed their life, who knows what we wouldn't have in this country, folks. I know not everyone is for Anzac Day, and I'm not a big fan of it, folks. You know, I don't usually consciously celebrate it or even remember it. But I'm just thinking now that maybe, it is important, folks. You know, that maybe we wouldn't have our free country if we didn't have it. And who knows, maybe my mum and my mum, my parents were immigrants from mum's side of the family, from Russia, from the Russian, what was then the Russian Revolution. So, you know, how should I put it? It's basically, where would they have gone? Would there have been another free country like Australia to go to if it wasn't for the Anzacs? You know, would we? I'm just going to push this one up a bit, just a little bit, just a bit in the corner. So it was really, you know, my grandparents on mum's side of the family indeed wouldn't have had a place to migrate to, perhaps. But then, I don't know if that came before, if my parents' mum's side of the family migrated before Anzac Day. I'm ignorant, folks. I'm not big on history. I never enjoyed studying about wars and conflict in history. I was too caught up wanting to learn about what man had made, photocopiers, not what man had destroyed. And I just had no interest in modern history because it was all about wars, it was all about conflicts, it was all about shit. I wanted to learn about progress, about this kind of shit. I've been a photocopier freak. I haven't used that terminology for a while, but a toner head. Toner head is basically another word for a photocopier nerd, and basically I'm a toner head, and I'm proud of it. I don't want to call myself a photocopier freak. That was the term I used a lot in the 90s and the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, and basically I prefer the term toner head, as in a photocopier nerd. Toner head, basically, is what I prefer to be referred to as, a toner head. But basically, I used to call myself a fucking photocopier freak, but not anymore. That's just an old archaic term that I typically don't use anymore. I'm not a freak. I'm an artist. I'm an innovator, future innovator, folks. I do believe I can do it. I do believe I can take on the industry and win. I guess you could call that a form of warfare. Trying to take on the current money fucked industry that the photocopier industry currently is. But basically, yeah, this photocopier did that. See, shit. Don't know how that happened there. It normally happens when all that extra toner there, all that thick toner, I guess, just come off sometimes, bubbles and makes a mess there as well. But basically, yeah, I am interested in the photocopier future, and that's come up looking quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.